This is part one of a series of me trying to make 100K in 2026. And this is how I made my first dollar online. It took me 10 months in another niche. It took me 13 months overall. So my previous niche was I was helping college students find their purpose and passion. And it turned out to be really hard because I didn't have any proof. I College students are people that do not know they're in the wrong path until they're done with college and they get their full-time job. That's why the resistance was there. And the thing that I said first is I had no proof, so why would people believe me? And for those 10 months, I kept trying to get my first client, kept trying to provide value, but it never worked until one of my mentors told me, Rohan, I think you just gotta pivot into another thing because your transformation doesn't have enough proof for people to follow. So I said, okay, what can I do? What I did was I thought, let's just go full 100% on my day job. I was an AI automation engineer. So I just went and became an entrepreneur to help businesses using AI. And then I started doing freelancing on Upwork. And that's where I made my first dollar online. Here's the proof. It was 55.44. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Yeah. The thing is, that changed my life because it broke a really big belief in my brain that I can make money online. And two, the biggest belief was I'm good enough that somebody can pay me $1. Here, $55. I remember when I was on a sales call, I just went, I want to just end the call and just start dancing or screaming because I was stunned. This was for a 1 hour consulting for helping him build an end-to-end system. And after the call, I was really excited. I'm like, oh my God, I just got my paid client. And after that, he said that he doesn't want to work together because I'm not that good of a teacher. And that's true. I'm not that good at teaching how to build automation systems compared to building them myself. And we had a good experience, but I knew and he knew that we both were not aligned for me to get a teaching gig. So that was my first paid hour. So I got $55. I was really excited. And the way I got here was three things. One was mentorship. I spent a lot of my money getting and knowing people ahead of me. That is mentors mostly on school, but also people for communications, for entrepreneurship, for AI. And until I joined one of the school communities, Maker School, I had never made my first dollar online. And I realized that when I'm moving to this new niche, I have done it as my day job, but I have not sold for it. I've not marketed for my services ever. That's why I wanted to join a school community, a paid service, a mentorship. And that allowed me to get my first dollar in the first 2 months. And that's what's important, is getting to know and getting around people that are ahead of you, who have seen the life that you want. That's the most important thing. The second thing is over delivering. I remember I used to hear a lot of Hormozy content, a lot of Gary Vee content, or just provide more value. And I didn't know what that meant until I started applying for freelance jobs. I started doing freelance gigs. And I realized that to stand out, you gotta over deliver. Where most people go, okay, I'll tell them experiences. No, I build them something. I forced to do something that normal people wouldn't do, and that's over delivering. And that's something I also learned through Maker School, because another thing that I learned around people, amazing people, is that you start learning stuff, nuanced stuff that you wouldn't know. Similar to if you had a gym trainer and you trained with them every day, there's some things you would learn just from osmosis, being around them. And that's one of the things I did learn, is over delivering. And you just have to deliver more than people ask you to, because then they remember you. They go, oh, Rohan's that guy who delivers more. Oh, he's that AI guy. And by doing that and over delivering, you're able to stand out from the crowd. And the third thing is just keep going. It's taken me 13 months to get my first dollar online. And I think this is the biggest moment, getting my first dollar. because now I finally gone from nothing to $1, $55 in my case. But the important part is that we're able to think about now, okay, I can make more money, I can become an entrepreneur. And this was a big belief that got broken. And this is part of one of the series. I'm gonna make this anything big happens in my journey to 100K. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.